The Russian President Vladimir Putin has said that it is possible to resolve differences between Russia and Turkey over the war in Syria. Putin says that both countries have a common goal of resolving the crisis in Syria. The Russian president made the comments at a joint press conference with his Turkish counterpart, Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Putin added that restoring trade ties with Turkey will take time and work. However, he says that Russia wants to restore full relations with Ankara. For his part, Erdogan said that his country wants to take relations, quote, back to pre-crisis level. Erdogan added that the two countries need to drop trade sanctions and get tourists back. It's the first meeting between the two leaders since Ankara-Moscow relations broke down over Turkey's downing of a Russian warplane over Syria last November. The Turkish president expressed his gratitude to Putin for instantly offering support after the mid-July failed coup attempt. Jeffrey Steinberg is a senior editor of Executive Intelligence Review who joins us from New Jersey. Jeffrey Steinberg, it's interesting. You have basically two camps. One that says, yes, this could be the beginning of perhaps a solution to the Syrian crisis were Turkey and Russia cooperate with each other on that. But others say it's too soon and that Turkey might change its face on the crisis in Syria. How do you see it?
Well, I think that President Erdogan has found himself in a greatly weakened position, and this is something that President Putin has understood very well and will move to take advantage of. Of course, the move towards rapprochement began just prior to the coup attempt when Erdogan sent feelers to Russia, actually partly through Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, to see whether or not Putin would accept a public apology for the downing of the Russian aircraft. And Putin responded, yes, but put some pretty strong conditions on it. So I think that, number one, that you will begin to see a restoration of economic ties, because that's an area of win-win mutual benefit to both countries. Erdogan desperately needs some improvement in the economy, and the agricultural trade with Russia and the tourism from Russia were two real anchors of the Turkish economy. So, and in return for that, Putin can gain a lot of benefits. We might even see a revival of the Turkish Stream pipeline idea. But from the standpoint of the Syria situation, Erdogan is going ahead with a major top-to-bottom purge of the military, and so that's a kind of a very iffy proposition. Right now, the Turkish military is not in any shape to either engage in some kind of major action with the Russians or against the Russians in Syria, and they really don't even have the resources to fight against the Kurds very effectively. So I think that Erdogan's weakness is something that has driven him to seek cooperation from the Russians, and Putin's going to extract a pretty heavy price on it.
Do you think that there will be an about-face possible from Turkey at some point? Because we know how allegiances shift in this war on Syria.
Well, I think that's a very good way to formulate it. Allegiances shift continuously and rapidly, and Erdogan, even in his position of weakness and the need to restore relations with Russia and other neighbors, is not exactly a trustworthy character. So I think that Putin will be testing every step along the way to see whether or not Turkey provides a positive support for the Russian position, which is to basically preserve the Assad government in power. And of course, Erdogan had been one of the leading forces supporting ISIS and Nusra and doing everything possible with the jihadists to bring the Assad government down. That has not yet succeeded, and we're well over 5 years into this conflict.
Appreciate that. Jeffrey Steinberg, senior editor at Executive Intelligence Review there, talking to us.